Ian Blackford.
Again with the derision.
The Prime Minister has no answer. She has failed.
That, Mr. Speaker, alone should be grounds for her to go.
Isn't it the case, Mr. Speaker, that with every other previous Prime Minister faced with the scale of defeat last night, they would have resigned?
That is a very good point. Why no resignation? Why did Theresa May politically survive this day? How did she become the gravity-defying Prime Minister?
Margaret Thatcher.
Joey Jones, who used to work with her, saw those questions start when she called a general election that didn't go as her party had hoped.
From that moment, she said she was basically serving based on whether or not the party wanted her to serve. So it's a really weird situation in which she finds herself profoundly weakened. Every time you think she can't go any lower, her authority is shattered still further.
In the fall, her own party tried to oust her, an insurrection by Brexiteers in her midst.
This is not Brexit. This is a failure of government policy.
The Prime Minister.
She survived that quasi-coup attempt as well. An easy explanation? People in this country are quick to cite her doggedness. She just keeps pushing. The Prime Minister has heard that wielded as compliment and complaint, suggesting to BBC Panorama that she knows how and when to use her stubbornness.
You bide your time, and you're bloody difficult when the time is right and when it really matters.
But persistence alone doesn't explain her staying power.
This is the most turbulent premiership in political history for 100 years in Britain.
Prime Ministerial biographer Sir Anthony Seldon, who also wrote the book How Tory Governments Fall, says there are 9 basic steps to collapsing. May's government has done all of them, and yet it still stands.
Why is she still there? Partly because she is very resilient, partly because there is no alternative waiting in the wing, a plausible successor around whom people can rally, and partly because there's no other plan.
Have you got a plan B, Prime Minister?
To be viewed as the least worst option is hardly praise, but it might not be wrong. No one else seems eager to steer the ship into waters quite this rough. If Brexit is a disaster, she'll wear it. Certainly the papers seem primed for that already. But in the end, if it works, wait for the praise for the brave brinkmanship, the references to her being underrated. Not yet, though. Now let the cartoonists take the temperature. This morning's offering in the Daily Telegraph, winter is coming. May trudges along and alone.